Something happened out here in the New Mexico desert 50 years ago, but what? The US government says weather balloons were going up, crash test dummies were coming down, and bits of both were found on this isolated ranch. But there is a very different view.
Craft was supposedly a triangular-shaped craft. It wasn't a disc-shaped craft.
Ranch owner Hub Korn and thousands of others who, under a blazing desert sun, are making a pilgrimage to this site, believe that what fell to Earth in 1947 came from another world. This is perhaps the most significant of all the alleged crash sites, because according to witnesses, it wasn't just debris that was discovered here, but the wreckage of an entire spacecraft, along with the bodies of several dead aliens and one which was actually alive.
They were fairly good-looking people.
Frank Kaufman was a military intelligence officer in Roswell. He claims he saw the crashed saucer and its occupants.
They were ash-colored skin. The eyes were a little bit larger than ours. Small nose, small ears.
And this UFO investigator believes one of those grey men was taken to the White House.
There's pretty strong evidence that that alien met with the President of the United States.
I love it, I love it.
Separating the surreal from the sensible is not an easy job as Roswell cashes in on conspiracy. If anything can be proven on this 50th anniversary, it's that even for the believers, profit is not an alien concept. Jonathan Hunt, Sky News, Roswell, New Mexico.
Quite incredible. Well, if there are Martians, we've got our own back. We've landed on their planet today.
Aliens were actually crash dummies from a parachute test. But as the world's most famous UFO landmark celebrates its golden anniversary this month, not even the facts can dampen down alien fever. And as Reuters' Duncan Pitcairn discovered, it's business as usual in Roswell.
Someone who looks just like you?
I don't have a twin.
Well, maybe aliens don't either. And so, just like all of you guys, maybe aliens don't all look alike either.
Life is different for kids growing up in Roswell. What passes for science fiction in the rest of the United States is regarded by many as fact in this New Mexico town. Aliens aren't restricted to cartoons, comics, and Hollywood movies down here.
What are UFOs? They're unidentified flying objects. That means something that's flying around in the sky that we don't know what it is. Yeah, we've got all kinds of pictures here.
You see, Roswell isn't like other towns around these parts. Roswell is the alien capital of the world. The main street looks more like an intergalactic highway. There are extraterrestrials everywhere, selling clothes, selling coffee, selling Roswell. Until 1947, Roswell relied on cattle and oil to keep its head above the dust on these vast plains. But then a rancher discovered some unusual debris just outside of town. The military quickly sealed off the area and issued a press release saying they had recovered a flying saucer. A matter of hours later, the Air Force was backtracking, saying the wreckage was in fact a weather balloon. But it was too late. Word quickly spread that the military had recovered not just a flying saucer, but bodies as well. It really was a heaven-sent opportunity, which Roswell has lived on ever since. The town boasts not one, but 2 alien museums, and has become New Mexico's most popular tourist attraction. That's despite the fact that there is no physical evidence on display of either a spacecraft or its occupants. The debate is not just over what happened, but where it happened. In addition to the original debris site, there are claims a UFO crashed into mountains west of Roswell, splitting this nearby rock in two. And then there is Hub Korn's ranch north of town, where people are charged $15 to look at what even Hub admits are just some suspicious-looking marks on the ground.
We've had people from, gosh, all over the world. I mean, you just take from Japan to Australia to England to you name it, they've been here.
Now, you might think that the fierce competition for the title of official UFO crash site might detract somewhat from Roswell's claim to being the alien capital of the world. But far from dreading each new announcement of a possible crash site, the people of Roswell are actually encouraged, asking why does it have to be only one UFO that crashed to Earth? Who knows how many other crash sites there are here in the wide open spaces of southern New Mexico, either waiting to be discovered or perhaps already successfully covered up by the US military.
Will that work? You don't know?
Despite the scarcity of hard evidence, the 1947 encounter is pennies from heaven for the Roswell economy. And as the 50th anniversary approaches, thousands more visitors are expected to bring their curiosity and their wallets.
Boxing alien. See? Like those boxing runs. Oh, really? But this aren't.
The walls of Mayor Tom Jennings' office are testament to the meteoric rise in Roswell's profile.
Penthouse featured Roswell. Supposedly they had some authentic photographs of the aliens, which I think they proved was a hoax. They compared Newt Gingrich, after the alien autopsy came out, in Time magazine they compared Newt Gingrich to the alien. They said they looked alike.
Not a comparison which offends the mayor, but Roswell is not the only town to cash in on the UFO craze. About an hour's flying time away, depending on what you fly, is the town of Rachel. This Nevada settlement also claims to be the alien capital of the world, and even boasts its own extraterrestrial highway. This collection of trailers and portable cabins doesn't have any crash sites, but it does have Area 51, the secret military testing ground featured in the movie Independence Day. Some of the town's visitors are almost as impressive as its aliens, but its marketing is not quite on Roswell's scale. And with reports the Air Force is to relocate Area 51, Rachel's challenge looks likely to turn to dust. Meanwhile, Roswell's campaign hasn't missed a beat, although the retired Air Force officer whose press release started the whole thing fears he might have created a monster.
I think that there's too much hype about it. I think that it's gotten circus proportions, just getting, in my estimation, it's getting a little bit out of hand, because I think that you've got to keep some degree of sanity on the whole thing.
But most Roswell residents seem pleased with the heavenly connection.
I think it's great. It's good for the economy, for sure.
I think it's pretty funny. I've never encountered an alien or anything like that. It's just kind of something that I think it's great for Roswell. It brings lots of business here.
Fact or fiction, it no longer matters, as Roswell seeks to build on its UFO connection and cement its position as alien capital of the world for generations to come. Duncan Pitcairn, Reuters, Roswell, New Mexico.